to the Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch, here on Big Condo Online. Please like and subscribe because we definitely need the support for the community to just let us know what is hot and what is not. And I got to tell you, what's hot is our guest here today. One of our artists here at Big Condo Records is Emily Callacher. How you doing, Emily?
Hi, it's nice to have me here on your podcast.
Well, you know what? I'm used to talking with people in the community about what they got coming up, and I like to feel that everyone is important and everything, and even if they don't feel so. And I got to tell you, I'm not only because you work here kind of like haphazardly, and because we've been involved in the videos that we're going to be talking about today, but I got to tell you, your work rate as an artist has been amazing, and it's just this past year alone and everything. So I really feel privileged actually to have you on the show, even though I know that I'm not the only one. All right, you're running around the horses there because you've been doing the rounds at a lot of other podcasts, haven't you?
Yeah, lots of different ones. I've got an interview with Bangers and Banters in London this Wednesday, so that should be exciting.
Well, I should let you know that a lot of other stations don't promote those other stations. I was really just saying.
Sorry, we can skip that then.
No, it's all good because we're just proud of you. Because what we can say is that you have been interviewed all over the world, really, in a way, because that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. Because as an artist, you are definitely making moves with this first album, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm excited. I've started my first two singles, as you know.
Yeah.
One of them's called Run, and the newest one I've just released is called Fragment.
Well, we're going to talk about them individually because I think that what's great is about we're not just looking at a rising star here. We're looking at the journey of an artist. So if we're going to look at the journey of the artist, we're going to have to start with the origin story. Right, so tell us a bit about yourself, there, Emily Callacher.
So
Callacher with two C's, not two G's. That's her thing.
Yeah, I always have to make sure you spell it right. No one ever does.
No. But yeah, so I mean, like, when did you first pick up the guitar and think that's just what I want to do? I want to be an artist.
Yeah, well, what happened is I started on piano first, actually.
Really?
When I was about 11. So I started on that, but I didn't like it much because I couldn't really do what I wanted to do, play how I wanted to play. So I basically from that moved on to guitar when I was about 14, and at that moment when I started playing gigs, I was like, yeah, this is something I want to do.
At 14?
Yeah, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life, kind of thing.
Well, when I first met you a couple of years ago, you were with a group. Is that how you first started, as a part of a group?
So originally I first started as a group, but I did start very solo at the start, just because I wanted to just get up on stage, basically. And
you're one of those.
Yeah, I when I was 14, I learnt in Spanish how to ask this Spanish band to say, can I get up and jam with you? And they were like, yeah, of course, a 14-year-old kid could just get up and jam with us.
Can I get up and jam with you?
Yeah. They let us, and I don't want to waste a song because it's all I knew at the time.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I had the whole pub singing because they were all drunk, and it was just it was a really good feeling, yeah.
Nice one. And I mean, so obviously, so you've been doing all that singing, and then you realize I want to actually go on stage and sing. And so after that, what did you do?
I sort of decided, I joined a band, as you said, Marshmallow Skies, and I decided to work on that for a bit, work within the rock band, work on our image. We done a number of shows and things like that.
And this was a female band. Do not bury the lead.
Yeah, it was a all-female rock band. It was exciting. We had fun times. I dived into the crowds many of times. It was very wild.
What do you mean, like mosh pit dive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
with your guitar? Did you hit people in the head or no?
No. It's when I'd be doing the lead singer part, I'd either go with me mic, or if I was playing guitar, I would just sit on top of the barrier or on top of an amp. I sat on top of.
Wow. Kind of like Prince. I've seen Purple Rain. So, I mean, were you still 15 at this point, or?
Yeah, I was like 15, and then 15, 16's when we sort of ended, 17, them kind of ways. I think.
Yeah.
Don't know, foggy memory, but
Well,
right
you
then.
know, we are in England, so she's allowed to be in the pub at that time. But
Well, yeah, I am. Obviously, I was supervised and not
yeah, of
allowed
course.
alcohol, but
Not trying to get you in trouble. So, I mean, but were you guys doing covers or were you doing originals?
So it was a bit of both. So I'd do half originals and half covers.
Mm.
Because I've been songwriting for a while. So basically, since I started playing guitar, I started songwriting because it's where, like, I don't know, it just came naturally with the guitar. It's like, if you're going to
Yeah.
learn some chords,
Well,
you're
yeah,
gonna
you
write
could
some
do that at
songs.
home and you could go, hey, guys, I got a new song.
Yeah, I've wrote this new song today, guys. It's about split personality.
Whoa. See, now this is how we know we're going to go deep. What was that called?
It was called Split Personality.
Yeah. Let's just keep it simple, Jace. I mean, like, it's
It's
about
only
split
40.
personality, and it's called split personality. Wow. All right. But if you don't mind, then what led you to believe that? Well, you know what? It's time for me to, leave the band behind.
At the time, we weren't really like getting on musically, and because we were all young and stuff, we thought a lot about what we wanted to do and what paths we wanted to take. So we just decided to leave it there, if you know what I mean, and go our own way.
Yeah, yeah. Now, this can't be that long ago because I mean, this is around the time that I met you when you were with Marshmallow Skies and stuff like that. So, you know, was it? Yeah, you were because
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago.
yeah. Because like when we were just a baby ourselves here at Big Condo, we were originally Condo Online and everything, and we were in another studio and everything. And at that point in time, you were hosting like one of our shows about bands, Juiced, and everything. And like so I was like, yeah, this girl, she got this great personality, kind of wacky, kind of like off point, but it was perfect, because it was this kind of infectious, laughter that you have as your personality that was really, well, should I say infectious again, and everything. So I mean, like, but how did you enjoy that bit? Because it was like a different side of you besides the music.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd like to do anything I could that was part of music, if you know what I mean. Like, I live and breathe it. Like, I eat it every day for my cereal. It's music's part of everything in my life. If I can interview bands or listen to music or, I don't know, read magazines, then
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, no, exactly. And but then so you took some time out
Yeah, I did.
and everything, and then it was like, and part of that is like leads into this new song that you got coming on, and everything. But so we'll go back to that. You came back, right? Signed to Big Condo and everything else like that. And then it's like, I'm gonna work on an album. Did you come up with a name for the album yet? Because I know you've been working on your songs individually.
No, because every name that I come up with, I end up going, oh, it's not good enough. So we'll see. It's under the works, everybody.
Yeah, well, listen. That shows like, you got to be picky. And you just can't just jump right into it.
Yeah.
Segue. Can't just jump right into it. But the first song was Run. Maybe you could run to it. And everything. So, like, tell us a bit about this first song that you came out with called Run. I mean, what's the story behind that?
So the first song that I come out with was Run, like you just said. Oh, thanks, Chase.
Segue.
Anyway, basically, when it come out, it's all about nightmares and chasing, like running away from like something that's chasing you in your nightmares, kind of thing. If it's like a reoccurring dream that a lot of people tend to have, and it's just what I wrote the song about. Yeah.
All right, so it wasn't about me, but then, but basically, what I thought was really interesting was because I also involved with Condo Media, so we raked in videos here, and so we talked about this running from your nightmares and everything like that. And you said something to me that really sparked the idea for the video, where it's like, you were talking about, yeah, I'm running from something, and then it's like, well, is it a beast, you know, or is it a horror or anything like that? And then you came up with the idea that you're running from yourself.
Yeah.
And I thought, perfect.
Very deep meanings of running from yourself, I suppose.
I believe that, you know, narrative structures of music videos should be deep. I mean, whether people get it or not, it's not important. It's about whether you have the idea, the story when you're making the video.
Yeah.
And so I thought, okay, here we go. This girl is running from herself and everything. So maybe even it's a callback to split personalities. But you had to play like two roles in the video and everything, which took on this kind of like Alice in Wonderland kind of feel. Yeah. So I love that, you know, white rabbit down a rabbit hole and everything else like that. So we're going to take a look at the video. But before we do, can you just tell us like, what did you think about the video concept and everything, and how was it to make this video?
Oh, I loved it. Like you said before about my wacky personality, I sort of could bring that out a lot in Run because it was a wacky song. It was full of like Alice in Wonderland, a bit mad themed of nightmares and dreams and the works. So when we videoing it, it was quite fun to do, especially because it was in a different location and we had cameramans on set and and
yeah, because we went out like the Eastern Woods. I mean, like we actually, you know, did what you should do. It's like when you concept a video or a mood board, you know, in the visualization, it's like, now what are we going to do? And I think we got a series of pictures, and one of them had a tree actually growing out sideways of a wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect. And stuff. But yeah, and everything. So we went out there and we shot this video and stuff. And, you know, I think we said enough about it. So let's just cut to the video so everybody else can see it.
Well, the ocean seems deeper than before, and the devil, he's knocking, yeah, on your door. You better run, 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 run for your life. You better hop, skip, jump over the night to save your life tonight. You better run when the wind seems colder as it's seeping through my door, suffocating me, and I can't sleep anymore. I toss and turn like I did before. You better run. You better run, 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 run for your life. You better hop, skip, jump over the night to save your whole life tonight.
Run. So hopefully that lived up to the audience expectations. As we said, it was like, you're little Alice. That's not very much Wonderland, but it is
Scary
kind of
land.
like creepy and weird at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah.
In a cute way. And stuff. Especially you jumping around the woods or like multiplying. You know?
Something from a nightmare still.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but I mean, also though, before we go into fragments, it's like, you know, like I said, like I'm kind of like more old school, like director, where I believe in narrative storytelling, and I believe that, as I said before, it has to be like a story, and the idea of you running from yourself, and there was kind of like the, you know, kind of like the hard self versus the vulnerable self and everything. And I hope that really comes across because, you know, like when you were talking about, you know, running from things, you know, well, in yourself in that aspect, it was like you were kind of really saying it more in a psychological way, weren't you?
Yeah.
You know, not like you're crazy or anything, but it's just like there are things that, you know, we all tend to not want to remember.
Yeah, sure.
and everything. And usually, in a psychology way, it's always best to face your past than to run from it. And that's what I said to her. She said, "Chase your deep." And I said, "I am." No, but true, right?
Yeah.
No, it was okay. But then came the factor that like you were saying, okay, I'm going to work on this new song. And I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, so that's cool. That's good luck with that. And then one day you told me what the concept of fragments was
Yeah.
and everything. And I didn't draw that one single tear, but can you just tell us a little bit about the story behind Fragments?
So Fragments is a song based on grief and losing somebody that you love that's really close to you. For me, I lost my sister, and the song is just how I wrote it, a remembrance of her, basically. I was really down, I picked up the guitar and wrote a song, that's what the song's about. It's quite emotional, but it is what it is, and it meant a lot to me, so.
And like when you described it to me, the way you actually described the concept to me was is that sometimes um, you don't want to, but you start to your memory starts to fragment about someone,
Yeah,
and you only remembering bits and pieces after a time.
it's more the idea of like I found when when you lose someone and you pick up like a certain object, for example, let's say it was like their favorite color or their favorite drink. When you're going through grief, that will hit you like straight away with
Like a ton of bricks.
like a memory, like it just pops in your head straight away. And for that's what the Fragments was to me, getting these memories everywhere I went. Like anything that would remind me of her was always there. So it was like, oh, I remember you as fragments because I can never have the full version of you back. However, there's memories everywhere we go.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing about it is like you're young, I'm old and everything, I lost like both my parents now, and and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think of them. But I had the help of, we are now in the digital age, and I have the help of pictures and Facebook and all that other kind of photos. Yeah, that's me. And all that kind of stuff to, keep that memory alive. But then it made me think about my time period when I was your age, where it's like, yeah, if that happened to me then, I would really, as I would get older, things, it's not like I would want it to, but things would start to fragment. And that's why I thought, oh my, yeah, we need to do this and everything, because we often, as individuals, think it's just us, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, no, you always think it's just you going through something, but other people may be experiencing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I find great about like love songs, or, songs that have emotion to it, is that people need love songs. They
Definitely.
need songs that jog their memory, and that is what I felt this song does.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And it's always supposed to be that way. For like, when I reflected on it later and I decided that I wanted to release it and stuff, I obviously wanted to release it so I can help anybody else that's going through grief. Like, to me, it is a horrible emotion, but there's the nice parts of like the fragments, the bits. That's why it's like a happy but sad tune, because the lyrics in the song are very sad. However, the chords and stuff are all major, so the very happy chords. But the happy chords kind of represent the memories and that kind of vibe.
Yeah, and I mean, and that was the intention that we tried to do with the video. This time, like Blake Emery, kind of like stepped forward in shooting this, and we kind of tried to create a movie theater set where you could like watch these memories.
Yeah, in a movie theater.
And then there's some really special stuff about the performance that you can only see when you watch this video and everything, because it's going to be coming out this week and everything, and that's why I just thought that, out of all the shows she's been on, from all the different people that we don't want to name, she's come here into our little humble studio, Big Condo Online, to premiere this lovely, beautiful new song by Emily Callacher called Fragments. So we're going to cut to that now.
I feel it all around. It's like summer's off, nature sound. My life is in pieces now. Fragments of my memories. Talk to me in my sleep. Your ghost comes round again, and I feel grief. The clock is ticking in so many different ways. The lives that go by, the lives we live our lives. A mother weeps as her daughter dies. Fragments of my memories. Talk to me in my sleep. Your ghost comes round again, and I feel grief. I remember you in fragments.
Man, I gotta tell you, that hits me. That hits me in the feels. You know, the magic and the subtle energy. You know, this is not like a big performance. It's a subtle performance that really hits you hard with the words. And the fact that you chose to provide us with images of your sister after hearing the story about her and everything, and for that to be in the video, I mean, first of all, it's an honorable place to be in that you could trust us to do that. But I think this was an amazing video. Thank you.
Yeah, it was really emotional to do. It was emotional to shoot, and yeah, I hope that it comes across with the idea of me and the listener, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
hope it hits home to them as well.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what I was just trying to say is, I mean, I'm a big soft sap when it comes to like love songs and
Baby, it's cold outside.
okay, don't go there. Now she brought me back into the room. So anyway. Okay, I'll just keep that going. But still,
For those who don't know, Chase has got a lovely cover of Baby, It's Cold Outside. Yeah. Christmas premiere.
okay. So anyway, wow. So please watch Fragments. It should be on all the social platforms.
Yeah, Fragments is now on Spotify once again, iTunes.
And it is rising on Spotify just on the song alone.
Yeah. On the song alone, it's got 9,000 streams.
Yeah, no, and you know, now we talk about these streams because a lot of times there's a lot of artists, you know, because we as a record label adjacent, we there's a lot of artists, and there's this thing about Spotify and streams, right?
Yeah.
And everything else like that, you know. And I mean, obviously, this is currency, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to get 9,000 streams, is it?
No, it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort.
Due diligence, which you're doing. I mean, you're in charge of, you know, doing your own like social media in a way.
Yeah, definitely pushing and promoting.
I mean, you're out there every day. You know, if you don't know Emily Callacher, then who are you? No, but still, it's the fact that you're out there every day. You know, your manager's always talking about, you know, putting something out, you know, where you're just eating a sandwich or playing the guitar or anything like that. But it has built you up your own fan base, hasn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Just by posting anything a day, people kind of like interaction with them and stuff like that. So
Because it's important, really, to. I had an argument with a student once, and it's like, don't argue with students, but hey, disrespect. But I was like, as an artist, you want to reach more than your family and friends.
yeah, definitely.
And like when you only get like a certain number, like you're like, something like less than 300 views or something like that, and it's not just about views, is it? It's about subscriptions. It's about,
it's about the people who are going to support you in the long run, and anybody who's a supporter. But on another note of like the social media stuff, if you want to find me on social media, my social media is Emily Callacher, and it's a bit like Gallagher, but instead of G's, it's C's. You'll get there.
Didn't we say that at the beginning? But you can say it again. Yeah, Emily Callacher, no G's.
Just C's.
Just C's, no G's. But you're on all the social platforms.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok. My TikToks aren't that good. If anybody wants to educate me on TikTok, please
educate me first, and then but it's all good.
I've been trying to get them better slowly, but
yeah. No, but you do a lot of little kind of wacky stuff, though. I mean, like, and I mean, how is that? Like, I mean, obviously, we already just said like your personality kind of adheres towards being a little bit wacky or kilter. But in your advice to other artists, I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think that, look, you have to step outside of your comfort zone if you really want to be different and not the same?
I wouldn't say that. See, my thing is like, I just am who I am, and I enjoy doing whatever I do. So if you just be you, enjoy doing what you're doing, then other people recognize it and see it. So like, just be yourself. You know what I mean?
Okay, Popeye. But the thing about it is that, it is true, but it takes a certain type of person who is a person that people want to follow as an artist. So even though you're being naturally you're not faking your personality, not at all. But the whole point is that's why people want to follow you, because they're intrigued by you. Because you're just sparkly.
Well, I get that from my friends a lot. A lot of people are intrigued because they don't know what's going on in my head, but neither do I. So maybe that's why I write the songs.
Okay, Barry Manilow. But then, like, the thing about it is, she writes the songs that the whole world wants to sing.
Oh, yes. Hopefully one day.
See, no, it's funny. She doesn't get my references. I know she doesn't, but she pretends that she does.
Yeah,
she's like, who the heck is Popeye?
Popeye's the guy with the eyes that comes out of his head, isn't it?
That's not right. No, Popeye is the guy who eats spinach and he goes, I am what I am. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and
I thought... Never
I
mind.
know it's way, it's past your parents' generation. But like, that's what I'm just saying. It's not the chicken guy, but either way, I would just like to.
What's going on?
So
anymore?
anyway, what's going on? See, look at that. You're not supposed to say that. So what's going on is the fact that so Fragments is coming out. The album is going to be completed. When do you think you're going to complete the album?
Soon, but the next one that's going to come out is another single, I think possibly in 3 months' time. That's what I'm working on at the minute anyway. And then
would you say 15 months or 3 months?
3 months, not 15 months.
I know, I was thinking that's pretty far.
That's a long time ago. I'll have new music out in 3 months.
New music out in 3 months. Okay, well, I mean, I look forward to the new music that's coming from Emily Callacher with C's and not G's and everything.
C's and not G's. You're just taking the mic.
I am taking it. I am. But you know what? You think I love the music.
Fair enough.
So please look out for Fragments. Hopefully, being released, like this week. And I would like to thank my guest here, Emily Callacher, for joining me here in the Community Podcast here on Big Condo Online. Please like and subscribe, and especially if you want to hear more of these weird antics from our lovely young Emily Callacher.
Thank you for having me.
No. Well, thank you for being here. I'm Chase Johnson Lynch, and also want to just throw out a big shout out to my vision mixer in the booth, JJ. You know what I mean? So hey, we start them young, and everything. So you know what? We're out of here.
Woo!